What's the specifics of our colleague Spencer Silver's story says what?
Sure. Well, what Spencer has done is actually very rare, which is to get a planning document out of the very secretive Amazon. And what Spencer turned up with was basically a document to the leadership team written 3 years ago that defines a project called Dragon Boat. Now, what is Dragon Boat?
It's Dragon Boat.
Yeah, right. Slight menace to that name.
Let's all take a moment. Dragon Boat. Okay, good.
So what Amazon wants to do, it appears, is get into the global shipping business, to go and consolidate all the goods that it is selling from suppliers in China, and then buy space on the freighters that we see out the window here at Bloomberg West, on airplanes, and basically have customers, have sellers making these deliveries, ordering these deliveries on Amazon and not over UPS or DHS or FedEx.
So this isn't just about fulfillment of Amazon stuff and stuff sold on Amazon. This is about becoming a shipping company. That's no small effort.
Yeah, no, it's an incredibly complicated and really antiquated industry. And so the idea that this big cap tech company would come in and bring some automation on these very complex processes is a huge opportunity for Amazon.
Describe your business to me really quick.
We're a freight forwarder, and so we actually help companies move freight internationally as well.
And it seems that the logistics of these things are much more complex than they've been in the past, but maybe some of the technology isn't.
Yeah, I don't think that the tech has kept up at all. So we're still living in a world where pieces of paper are traveling across the world to serve as title for the goods, right? And all of these complex handoffs that have to take place to move freight internationally, it's all managed by people on the phone, email, fax machines. It's a very antiquated industry.
So in your book about Amazon, you talk a lot about businesses that they entered into that they just throw things against the wall and see what works. But this seems like, and that's what I thought this was when they first talked about it, but this seems like a bigger deal than that.
No, I mean, we're now seeing what was talked about 3 years ago in this document, where they're going and they're acquiring airplanes, they're putting their names on trucks. Clearly, they see this as a big opportunity. It's very Amazon-like, one, to move so quietly, so secretively, and then to leverage strengths. In this case, just the surplus of sellers that they have in parts of China, in India, and then go and look for opportunities to make this business more efficient.
It reminds me of Amazon Web Services a little bit, where it's something that they were consuming so much of. In the case of AWS, computer storage, data, power, processing. They're also consuming a lot of shipping. And you can sort of see how they
probably see how antiquated it is and how much there's an opportunity for technology to make it more efficient, take out some costs, and pass them to consumers.
Sometimes technologists are really ham-handed in entering old industries and think, oh, well, you just replace it with this thing and everything will be easier. What are the things about sort of this global shipping business that are stubborn to change?
Yeah, well, logistics is a world of exceptions. Every single shipment is different. There's all kinds of compliance, getting goods in and out of different countries. It is a very complicated world, and there's a reason that it's largely human-driven, is that there's relationships involved. It's very complicated. And so the idea that you would simply come in and just automate everything from start to finish, we'll see. I think it's going to be a big challenge.
Wait, in what ways? Give me an example of something you've encountered that's been really difficult.
Okay, so we had this big hoverboards incident recently, right, where there was fires in hoverboards, and people are scared that these things actually could bring down a passenger airplane if shipped on a plane. And that is complying with those rules and regulations is not something that software is going to be real good at. You need to have people on the ground to go look at things, make sure that it passes the drop test, that it passes all the FCC regulations if it's a consumer wireless device. There's all kinds of compliance implications.
And Brad, 20 seconds. This doesn't hurt them in their negotiations with U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS.
That's right. I mean, what Amazon has always looked for with its suppliers is optionality, right? And you want to keep sort of everyone honest and on their toes. And I don't think Amazon's going to go and supplant the FedEx or UPS or even the U.S. Postal Service. They rely on all these companies, but to have their own shipping mechanism to the last mile, to people's houses, to be running Amazon trucks in neighborhoods probably allows them to negotiate better deals.
We're already seeing Brad Stone. Thank you very much.